What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Niners News here on 49ers Hive. My name is Zach Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Matt Llewellyn. And today we're going to be talking about 49ers cornerback K'Waun Williams being suspended 2 games for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Matt, what do you make of this? Is this something to be worried about? I know Williams is a free agent after this year. Is this something the 49ers should be concerned about?
Well, let's listen. This video is going to go live on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And let's talk about this turkey K'Waun Williams. No, in all seriousness, I think this is a situation of a player trying to rehab an injury and then taking stuff he's not supposed to take. I'm actually surprised this doesn't happen more in the NFL. If I were to guess, I think a lot of these guys are doing some stuff on the side that they're not supposed to be doing. Just knowing what I know about rehab and injuries and recovery, they're trying to get an edge up. They're trying to rush back. I don't think that he was out there, juicing up with illegal supplements, trying to increase his bench press. You know what I mean? He's had injuries this year, and in a lot of instances, you get stuff like human growth hormone or something like that really just kind of helps you recover, helps you with your injury length and trying to get back out there on the field. From a recovery aspect, I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't think he's trying to game the system as far as, I'm going to be, a tenth of a second faster on my 40 time, or I'm a little bit stronger here. I don't think that's the case. I think that he's just trying to do whatever he can to come back from an injury. And, it's one of those things where it was the misfortune of getting caught. Because I think this is a really prevalent thing in the NFL, and I just don't think that we hear about it that often, to be honest.
I totally agree with that. I know when it comes out, a lot of fans are like shocked, and their mind automatically goes to steroids, like you just said. Performance enhancing. Oh my God! But he has been injured for a lot of this season. Maybe he was just trying to get right. He is in a contract year. He probably thought, let me get back as soon as I can so I can continue to play at a high level, earn my contract. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. The 49ers also have Jamar Taylor, who isn't great by any means, but he's been solid in the few times that he has had to step in for Williams when he's been gone. So he was suspended today, Tuesday, the 24th. So he is eligible to return the day after the 49ers play the Buffalo Bills. That would be December 8th. So they will be without him before the Rams and the Bills games, which is 2 tough matchups because they have really fantastic receiver cores if you look at their roster. So the 49ers are going to be shorthanded during those 2 games. Now, Williams, he's a veteran. I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but do you think this is something that has 29? Okay, so not old, but maybe by NFL standards getting closer to old. Is this something that do you think that might have come into play where maybe his body's just not healing at the same rate that it used to?
That's always a consideration. I also think that, don't forget the reason the 49ers got him. K'Waun Williams was a prized guy in Cleveland before he had that catastrophic ankle injury that cost him time. So the reason he ended up in San Francisco was because of injury. So for guys like that, and I think really just anybody, I've been through my fair share of injuries. I'm not an athlete, but if, a doctor was like, hey, we're going to give you this HGH so that you can heal faster, I'd be like, I'm all for it. People only look at the competitive aspect, the game aspect of it. But like when you're a guy and you're injured and you're in pain, like rehab and getting rid of that pain and getting back to that sense of normalcy, that's a really high priority. And it's not about, I don't think at all. And, maybe I'm naive and people are going to say, oh, you're just a homer for the 49ers. But I don't think that K'Waun Williams in his mind, if he did take this substance knowingly, thought, oh, I'm going to get one up over on people. You know what I mean? I'm shifting competitive balance. He's probably just like, man, I want to get back and help my team. I want to feel good. I don't want this injury to hurt, and we're talking about he had a hip injury and then a knee injury. That affects your everyday life. That's not just football. That's, hey, can I get up and play with my kids? Can I get up and, wash my laundry or, take my dog for a walk? It goes far beyond football. And it's, when you're injured, I think that a lot of people forget the human element of that. And for me, as somebody who's in the medical field, I it's very important to me that we manage patients' pain levels and things like that. And I think it's underestimated how debilitating some of these injuries can be. Unfortunately, Joe Burrow this last weekend had his entire knee blown out. You know what I mean? And people will just be like, "Oh man, he'll be back in 9 months." But the people who haven't ever blown out their knee, they don't know the amount of pain, the amount of effort, the amount of time, the frustratingly slow process that it is to come back. And so, yeah, maybe K1 took a shortcut here or there, but again, I don't think that it was anything that was malicious. I don't think that it was anything that was trying to upset competitive balance. He was just had the misfortune of getting caught, and I think he was trying to, maybe take something to get him back out on the field a little quicker and to, lessen that pain in a more expedient fashion.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Taking football out of this, the human aspect that somebody's in pain, if they're being prescribed something, or maybe they're being recommended something. I've seen stories from these NFL players where it's like the 30th ingredient on this, whatever supplement they're taking. It's not necessarily, one of the main ingredients of it, and it just flags a positive test. So I wouldn't read too much into this. I think K1 is just trying to get to normal, like you said. Now looking forward to the games that he's going to be out for the Rams and for the Bills. How much confidence do you have in a guy like Jamar Taylor filling in for him?
Not a lot, especially given. So when you look at the Buffalo Bills, K1 Williams would be on somebody like John Brown, and John Brown is going to eat. You know what I mean? And then the Rams. I mean, the Rams, a Brandon Cooks or a Robert Woods or a Cooper Kupp, they all can line up in the slot, which is where K1 Williams predominantly plays. They're just gonna. It puts the 49ers in a more difficult position than they would be otherwise, simply because those players are very good at working in space. And K1 is, honestly, to me, he's been right there as the best cornerback on this team for the last couple of years. And without him, I mean, it just makes the 49ers defense more susceptible to giving up those plays. So I would expect, unfortunately, a lot of those third down plays, giving up receptions right at the sticks, just because those receivers know how to work in space, and they're going to take advantage of the fact that one of the best slot cornerbacks in the NFL isn't there.
Most definitely. I feel like the 49ers have been very lucky to that's a bet on an injury that they won. We saw so many over the years where they took a chance on a guy, high risk, and it didn't pan out. This is one that did pan out, and the 49ers have been very lucky to have K1 in the last couple of years. And we've talked about this, Matt, going over the free agents coming up after the season. K1's got to be at the top of the list, right, with Trent Williams, because they are, keystone pieces of the 49ers roster. Real quick, I just want to throw out there, when I tweeted out today, that he got suspended, somebody replied saying that, why? K1 is trash. Why is he taking performance-enhancing drugs? He's bad anyway. I cannot begin to tell you how bad of a take that is. Where has K1 Williams been bad in the last, couple of years? Like, the guy is really good. He's arguably one of the best at his position in the NFL, and he's been injured. He hasn't been hurt. He hasn't been bad. He's been hurt. So I needed to say that. I needed to get that out there. But I think that's going to do it for us today, guys. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button below. Help us get to our goal of around 4 million subscribers. And like I said, like Matt said, I should say, happy Thanksgiving. This is coming out on Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Take a nice nap and drop a like.
Eat all you want, guys. Eat all you want. Football all day, turkey all night.
There you go.
Also, don't forget, Thanksgiving leftover turkey sandwiches with all the stuff in it is the best.
Can't wait. All right. Like this video, drop a comment below. What do you guys think of K1's positive test, and what do you think about him going forward?
Go ahead and click the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, guys, happy Thanksgiving and go Niners.